Hi everybody. Okay, let me make sure it's good on this end here. Good, very good. Muy good, muy bueno. Muy bueno, mi amigos. Hello, hello everybody. Let me make sure I do sound, I do hear everything. Okay, okay. Nutty McNutty face. Okay, that's on. Perfect.
The most sophisticated security program ever written. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet Ares.
What? You did what?
I had to. Please, please just hear me out, please.
In Tron Ares, Jared Leto... here we go again. Jared Leto plays an evil tech company security program who wants to live in the real world but has one tiny problem. He can't survive beyond 29 minutes. And after having a change of heart, he joins forces with the leader of Kevin Flynn's old tech company to find the permanence code which can make him real. And much like the character, the movie itself did not survive long past its birth. It flopped from its first weekend and ended up losing a fortune. Tough times at Disney once again. Which is sort of sad to hear, because in many ways, Tron Ares is the coolest movie of the year. It has the coolest music, the coolest color scheme, the coolest suits, the coolest vehicles, the coolest disintegrations, the coolest juxtaposition of contrasting elements. It is so damn cool that you can basically call it a $200 million music video for the new Nine Inch Nails album. And for that, I really enjoyed it. But beyond that, as a narrative movie, Tron Ares failed badly. And there are some easy answers as to why. They cast a weird cult leader guy who a lot of people dislike and actively avoid. They hired a director who doesn't have what it takes to save big franchises. Plus, this franchise has never been a mainstream box office giant anyway. But on the storytelling side, Tron Ares' failure can be explained with just one core word: artificial. Not artificial intelligence, just artificial. That's this movie's main flaw, that it feels fake, made up, not natural, like an artificially constructed product. The basis for the plot is not real and thus results in an unreal plot that you don't care about. The emotional and motivational elements that drive the story are not utilized enough to earn their existence, and thus you don't really invest in them. And the movie's entire point of existence is questionable at best because it doesn't build on the franchise, but rather just leeches off its name. Isn't that right, CGI Jeff Bridges from 2010?
Yeah.
That is the failure of Tron Ares in a nutshell: artificiality. So let's transfer ourselves into this world to see how that happened. Despite all its coolness, why does Tron Ares feel like an artificially made up movie with no real soul, and how not to be the same? The first artificial problem here is that the basis for the plot is fake and thus results in a plot that feels exactly that. Basically, the idea is that there are two rivaling companies looking to use Tron technology to bring digital assets permanently into real life for their own reasons. The Dillinger company wants to create an army for profit, while the Income company wants to create food and medicine for common good. And the issue is that neither side is a genuine thing that really exists. Yeah, we hear opening exposition about getting supplies for the less fortunate and whatnot.
Feed the hungry, cure the sick, educate the world.
But that's not a real thing. Hunger and poverty and sickness do not exist here. There is not a single character in the movie who's currently hungry or poor or sick or in need of help. Yeah, we see Dillinger talking to whatever shady generals and investors about a manufactured army.
Ares is the ultimate soldier. Full-scale war 5 minutes notice.
But that's not a real thing. We have no idea who these people are or what they need an army for. There are no wars or rebellions or power struggle conflicts in the movie that would require a manufactured army. Meaning that this whole basis for the plot about bringing digital assets into the real world is fake. And the argument you can make is that, well, it's fine because it's not the point anyway. The main point of the plot is about programs discovering humanity and purpose and rebelling against their creators. It's not really about investors or the poor, so why would those have to be real? Well, for the simple fact that if the basis for why the plot is born is not genuine, then neither can the result be. For example, imagine pirates but without Beckett and the East India Trading Company. Let's say they don't exist. Let's say there's just some mentions that maybe the King of England is somewhere and he wants Davy Jones's heart to fight piracy but isn't actually in the movie. Whatever. The main plot is about the fight against Davy Jones anyway, so it would still work the same, right? It would not work the same, because the entire foundation for the plot and its stakes and the reason we fight hinges on Beckett and the company existing. We cannot let the heart fall into the wrong hands because Beckett will use it to eradicate piracy and freedom. And we see it happen. We see Beckett commanding Jones to paint pirates everywhere into a corner. We see the world losing its wonder.
Still thinking of running, Jack? Think you can outrun the world?
The stakes are real, the world is real, the reason to fight is real, and therefore so too is the plot born from them. That's what Tron Ares is missing. The plot is built on a foundation that doesn't really exist. It's like a placeholder that the writers forgot to fill in, an excuse to get to the cool fighting stuff because whatever.
Catchphrase?
Well, I'm trying to think one up yet. Well, the catchphrase is a pretty cool catchphrase.
The point is that for a plot to feel genuine, the foundation below it must be genuine. You should have shown the poverty and sickness that we're trying to cure with this manufacturing technology. You should have built one investor into a real character and established a conflict that we can't let them get a manufactured army for. Because at the end of the day, your plot is either genuine or it isn't. It's a real thing that the audience can really care about or it's not. You cannot build anything tangible on an intangible foundation. If the plot seed that you plant is fake, so too will be the tree that grows from it.
It's not crazy. It's true.
The second artificial problem here is that the main emotional and motivational elements that drive the movie are not given enough of a real form. At first glance, there is plenty of stuff in here that you should be able to invest in. The story is about an enemy program discovering humanity and breaking free of its programming. The emotional anchor is about a CEO finishing her dead sister's work as a way of coping with the loss. The villain side isn't straightforward but involves a mother-son relationship, and the main objective is to find a permanence code to bring digital assets to life permanently. But looking closer, you can quickly see that all these central elements are like 2D projections with nothing tangible beyond the surface. With the permanence code, for example, it feels 100% bogus, a fully arbitrary answer to a fully arbitrary problem. The basic gist is that manufacturing digital assets comes with a time limit of 29 minutes, after which they evaporate. It's why Dillinger can't sell soldiers to the army and why Encom can't make food for the poor, because they don't last. That is where permanence comes in, a piece of code made by Flynn that allows digital assets to live beyond those 29 minutes. And as you can already maybe tell, everything I just said is made up, with no grounded rules or logic. Why do digital assets survive only 29 minutes? Why wouldn't the army be happy to have recreatable super soldiers 29 minutes at a time? And how much longer do the assets live after gaining permanence? Forever or not forever, as is implied later?
Ought to be called the impermanence code.
I don't know. I barely even know how permanence comes to be or how it works. The hero goes to Flynn's old computer to do some typing, and now she apparently has the code.
That's how he hit it. It's 2 lines.
Okay. What I'm getting at is that this whole thing feels made up. And although you can say that writing is always made up, It's not the same. There's a difference between building a realistic narrative and just inventing half-baked stuff as you go. For example, once Dillinger finds out that the hero might have found the permanence code, he uploads Ares into NCOM's server to steal their files. And although it is a fictional written scene, it makes sense in and of itself. There's an understandable obstacle and a way to overcome it on screen that follows rationale. It plays within realistic rules with grounded logic. It has enough of a form to stand on its own. It's a pretty great scene. But with the permanent stuff, it's as if the writers are inventing all the rules and logic out of thin air. Yeah, digital assets only last for 29 minutes for some reason, but there's this code that makes them last longer. Why? Well, because I made it up and that's it. It's a made-up problem with a made-up solution.
Wait, are you serious? So no more 29 minutes?
And this lack of building grounded three-dimensionality is what affects all those central elements. They're too shallow to get invested in. Ares goes on a path of becoming a real person outside his programming, but what is it that starts him down the path? Well, he sees Rain for the first time, and that somehow breaks his programming, I guess. The hero looks for the permanence code because it's a way for her to finish her dead sister's work, but how is the dead sister aspect resolved? It isn't. The hero finds the code right away, and then the dead sister is kind of forgotten about, except for a couple mentions later.
You completed her work as a way to stay connected to her. And now what?
The villain has a relationship with his mom, but it's shallow at best, and we never properly dive into the emotions or power dynamics or unresolved relationship issues that drive the dynamic. The movie just says they are big business mother and son, and it's tragic, and that's it. Not enough there to really get into. The point is that your elements will have three-dimensionality only when you create it. If the hero is motivated by her dead sister, then that motivation needs to be more present to the end and be given a real resolution. Like, maybe the hero is doing this to bring a version of her sister to life, or save her from a terminal illness because she can't move on from her. But then throughout the story, she learns to cope with the loss and eventually chooses to let her sister go, because by then she has learned that having one go at life is what makes life precious. Now, the element would have enough of a tangible form to latch onto, to care about. But if you don't actually utilize your elements and instead just say they exist somewhere in the background, then no, nobody will care about a fake 2D background projection that you made up. Another artificial problem here is that the movie doesn't continue the franchise's main ideas to earn its existence, but just kind of uses the franchise for its name. Basically, a lot of the Tron things that this movie sells itself with are not genuine. They exist, but only on the fringes. Yes, there are game companies and games, like was always Tron's basis, but they're not relevant. We don't get into what kind of games this company makes, aside from shortly referencing old ones, and it's a bit weird how we jump from a game conference scene to a scene about trying to figure out eternal life.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
The game stuff is there, but not really. Yes, there is a power struggle for the future of NCOM like in Tron Legacy, but it's nothing like in Tron Legacy. What used to be a power struggle within the company over its direction has now turned into a race between two people in different companies. Dillinger used to be Cillian Murphy working for NCOM.
The idea of sharing our software or giving it away for free disappeared with Kevin Flynn.
And now he's a CEO of another company that apparently has existed for generations.
That escalated quickly.
The company power struggle is there, but not in a way that would further develop what it used to be. It's not really about NCOM anymore. NCOM as a company and business is no longer relevant. Yes, the heroes from Tron Legacy do exist in this world, but they may as well not. They're not present at all, and their presence is not felt at all, and we only know about them because of a couple quick mentions.
After Sam Flynn resigns for personal reasons.
Is that it? I think so.
They exist, but not really. There's more examples to say, but what I'm getting at is that this movie does not push earlier ideas further, but just kind of includes them while doing something else. Look at Flynn's scene, for example. Yes, we go to the old Tron version and Flynn is there and it's all very radical, but nothing more. It's a certified cameo where we see old stuff and hear the old hero say things as he hands out the MacGuffin. It doesn't even connect to what happened in Legacy. The past is barely mentioned, and the scene mostly consists of Flynn gushing over Ares.
Fascinating. Very good. Classic. Humor, man. Very good, man. Love that! You keep surprising me! I exist in this moment because you do.
As a whole, even if Tron Legacy didn't exist, nothing significant about Tron Ares would change. And why is that a problem? Well, it comes down to the question of rebooting versus soft booting. When you reboot a franchise, you go in to rebuild it from ground level. And since the filmmakers here didn't want to do that, they chose to soft boot instead, which means building on top of the past. But the thing is, when you build on previous movies, you actually have to build on what the previous movies did, continue that work. As much as the new Jurassic movies have their problems, Jurassic World did do a fair enough job carrying the torch further and found success. And Tron Ares fails to do that. It just kind of features prior work on the outskirts to leech off of it. It pretends to be something it's not to try to cash in on the franchise name. And look, some things are beyond control. You're not gonna get Cillian Murphy or Olivia Wilde to come back. Understandable. But goddamn, at least continue the main ideas. For example, a big thematic part of Legacy was the idea of moving on. The hero couldn't get over his dad disappearing and was stuck in life, still hoping to find him one day. And that's something this movie could have taken further. Instead of a simple cameo, Flynn's scene could have been a next step in that. You know, once Ares gets the MacGuffin and is about to leave Flynn, he would realize that, wait a minute, if I leave, you will cease to exist since this copy is all that's left of you after what happened in Legacy. And to that, Flynn could verbalize the ultimate lesson that Legacy was building up to. Hey man, the key to life isn't to worry about it ending, it's to live it. And I already lived mine. Tell my son I said hi. Just an example, but it would work as a retrospective conclusion to what Legacy was going for but couldn't do in the same retrospective way because it ended more in beautiful tragedy. And then you can actually play the lyrics written for the scene, since apparently Nine Inch Nails understands the theme better than the filmmakers. The point is that there's a right and wrong way to boot softly. Either you continue the work of the past to new levels.
2.5 years ago, I wrote down a note.
Okay, I'll be back in just a second, boys.
In my ideas Discord that just said, Varrock is the Newark, New Jersey.
Where do we? Let's watch
and
this
here
first.
we go. Right, 3 objectives, Jack. We must destroy them. It's a little bit like Rush in Battlefield. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of Rush, yeah.
Have you played Battlefield before?
Not as good as it used to be, but back in the day, it was amazing.
Certainly. Now, careful, because a lot of people... I'm going to go out the back here, Jack. Look at that lovely Christmas tree. Well, it's not quite 12th night yet, so you can keep it up, can't you? Know, that's the thing.
Yeah, you can. You can keep it up. We go for C, around the back?
We'll go around the back, yeah, I like it.
So it's just MCOMs?
It's just literally MCOMs. You just got to plant the bomb and then just lock it down.
All right.
We'll go up here, take the height, a bit of a kill here on this guy. We'll both miss all of our shots. GG.
I hit once.
Backed him up at least. Okay, they've armed it, you see?
I just went on the roof.
Roger.
Ooh.
Good comms. There's 3 there,
Okay,
Jack. Let's not bother with that. I'm coming in.
What's happened? Is this where the MCOM is?
That's fine, that's fine. That means
is
it's...
the guy defusing it?
Oh, is that what that noise means?
I dropped it.
Raj, wait. No shield
Okay,
there. Arm it. Yeah.
I'm not in the shield, but I'm going to stay
It's all
here
good.
anyway.
I'm protecting you, trying to.
I'm dead.
You've been frankly swiped. Jack is going completely wild here.
Did he get me with the cutlery?
He got you with the cutlery.
You going for a res?
I am. He's turned you into Chop Suey.
I forgot that you can res in this game.
Yeah, and look, the ticket's at the top, 23. It will go up to 24 when I res you.
Oh, nice.
25.
So you can save the tickets.
Now you're getting it. Now you're understanding. Careful.
There's a man right there,
This hole is not as big as I'd like. Can you sort of smash that? Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
I'm missing. Good comms.
I'm dead.
I'm going to grab you again. There's a lot of men here. 8v8 is quite chaotic on this game mode.
It is. It's very chaotic. I like it, though.
Do a bit of this here. Yeah, nice little house there. I've made a den. Well, this building's got central heating. See that?
Sorry?
It's got central heating.
That is a tiny radiator. Look at the
Yeah,
scale
you don't think
of
you'd
it.
need that in the Mediterranean, would you? But hey.
Are we in the Med? Well, it is snowing.
We are in the Med, absolutely. Yeah, I know, it's unusual. It's mono snow. I can't hit that guy. He's moving at great pace.
He's here.
All right, dude.
He's
I'm planning.
very fast. He's got the cutlery on me,
Oh,
Rod.
no, it's Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, my God, I'm being frankly swiped. We'll go for A.
Rog.
That's what we want. And no one will
So
be
we
here,
have to
'cause they're
plant the
all-
bombs.
That's right. They're all too focused on the other objective here.
Let's see.
And there'll be no one here.
There's a man. There's a
Just
man.
heard a vanishing bomb. So...
I killed him. Oh, I've been killed by a cutlery man.
Oh, not a cutlery man. Captain
He's
Jack Sparrow
rezzing on the
again.
roof.
Not for long. I'm right here, Jack. I'll have a few words. He's gone. Just going to raise you on the roof. They won't even realise.
You kill him?
No, but he ran away in fear. Oh, he's back. He's
Thank you.
He's back. Oh, he's gone. Ruined from the roof. Big headshot there.
Reload. I'll get you res.
Our guy's arming. Big.
I'm dead.
He's dead. 13 tickets.
It's not gone well, though.
It's not gone well at all. Maybe heavy's not the one. Maybe we should be playing as medium. So we can res people, right? And save the tickets. It might be a tactical issue.
Skill issue, I think.
Maybe. Oh, I'm hitting. No, you're saying they're
What are
too
you
good.
going
That
for?
guy's not moving, letting me just shoot him in the head with the BFR Titan.
You go for A.
Go for A.
Alright.
Go that turret.
There's a lot of destruction in this game. I have to remember that.
That's right.
They're planting the bomb.
That's good.
There's a man on the roof.
Yep. He's swipey. Ooh.
I'm trying to blow that
Ooh.
up. Okay, they're coming down.
Rog. Just been swiped. We've got someone's counter swiping. Someone is counter swiping.
What does that mean?
Well, he's got the sword. It's still armed. It's still armed. It's still time. Grab the daring rocker. They're defusing it. But for how long, sir? When I do that, he's back. He's back. No. We've got 7 respawns left, Jack. We're going to do it. We've just got A. We've got A and we've got C armed as well. C is armed, Jack.
There's no way.
C is armed. You've got to believe.
Hello.
You've got to believe. We've got mediums, resin here. And trust me, someone on our team is swiping now, and he's swiping them all to death. With great force.
I'm going in. I think they're defusing.
No.
He's dead?
We've got C there. We've got C. And now on to the last one. You've got a double kill there. You've got a double kill there. And we're coming in for B. Here we go.
There's one there. 2
tickets remaining. We've got to arm and hold it down. Our guy's going to res you. He's medium. He's going to get on the point. We're going into this. We're arming. I think we're going to get swiped in the back of the head here in 3, 2, 1. And there it is. Boom goes the dynamite. Objective armed. It's not over till it's over, lads.
They're coming over on the roof, Will.
Roger that. I'm going up. I'm going up to go in.
Sure, we play this.
I'm here.
Right to go left. Oh, look at this bridge
That's right.
someone's in.
He's on it.
Incredible.
He's dead. Nice. We're going to do this. Swipey's down there, though. Swipey's dead. This is big. There's a lot of swiping going on the ground floor here, Jack. A lot of swiping going on. The lads are doing it. We've got no tickets, but is it sudden death? I think it's sudden death. Don't let him stop it. Nice.
We're smashing.
Just watching.
I think we've
done it. We've done it. We've done it. Oh, yes.
Hey.
We're on to the next one now.
Okay. Oh, good job.
Good job.
This is pure chaos,
pretty
Will.
complicated.
Sheer chaos there. See what we can do, lads, when we combine arms?
Oh.
We can come together. Create greatness. Which one are we going to go for here? They're all on the roof here. I'm going to stick with you because I feel like when the swipey boy comes in and res this guy, it's a big problem for us.
Well, you got less tickets now.
I'm being swiped. Wait, I thought we were in like a safe area.
No, nothing's safe.
The hell? Is there a guy in there, is there?
There is, yeah. He's invisible, Will.
He is. Oh, here he comes back with with great
Christ.
fury.
I got him,
Oh,
I got
it's
him.
not enough though, is it?
Are we going in?
Around this corner.
Look at the candy canes, Will.
Oh yeah, it's Christmas.
So do we need to get high ground
Yeah,
here?
let's go up the steps. This is big.
I've got this Healy thing as well.
I didn't get it armed. He's arming it now. Love this. Ow. Beautiful. I
They
can
put
do
some
this
kind
on the
of
staircase.
explosive gas down.
Yeah, I don't like that. Why am I walking
That's
in it?
taking a lot of damage.
Being swiped? I'm always with the swiping. Oh, the mine got the guy with one of the swipers. But then another guy swiped you.
He's ruining everything.
He's swiping, but look, we've got a guy counter swiping, dude.
He's ruining everything.
This guy's
I've got
resin.
6 kills
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
swap.
He's counter
This is
swiping.
pathetic.
Oh, he's going for a swipe? Oh, look at that. He nullified him. He's emoting on him. This guy's he's getting emoted on. Oh.
What, the enemy team are emoting?
No, our guy's going wild. He's secured the objective as well, and he's swiping.
He's swiping like OP?
Apparently so. I mean, I don't know how to do it.
Holy, this guy's cooked.
But I'm watching this. Honestly, I'm watching. It's Will Turner.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
I think it's Will Turner. It seems to have descended into a bit of a swipe off, hasn't it? It's descended into a swipe off.
I'm heavy, and he just dances around me and kills me in 3
London
hits.
I don't want to use my ticket, but we're running out of time.
And I can't do anything.
I feel like I shouldn't respawn.
I'm respawning.
Gonna have to. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. I'm swiped
No
to death.
shot,
Immediately dead.
bro.
Right, they're swiping you now. They're swiping you now. See that? Can you feel that? Yes, them swiping you.
Yeah, both of them doing it.
So it's a swipe
Dude,
off.
that
Is
thing
it?
is so OP.
So it's a swipe off. We're not doing this, are we?
Look.
No, we've been swiped. We're not going to watch the nice "you've been eliminated" screen. It's not over, Jack. We've got 2 tickets left. It's never over. Watch Snickers. Look at him swiping. Specs.
7 kills, 10 deaths.
Spec Snickers.
I'm alive, Will.
Dude, we can do this. It will be phenomenal if we do. Absolutely phenomenal. He's playing out of his skin.
Oh, double kill.
Well done, well done. That's good numbers. I'm going into E now. That jump pad is deeply annoying. What
double
is
kill.
Nice.
Is it armed?
Yeah, the guys have armed it. Objective armed. I'm going on the roof. I've gone upstairs. And we've got D as well after that. Lads are arming at D, it would seem. Okay. Oh my god, I ruined the guy. Can you imagine if we do this with 3 tickets remaining?
I would love to.
That would be incredible. They're stopping the arming at D.
Do we need to get to D then?
I'm not sure. I guess so.
Go to D. Oh, it's falling down, Will.
It's all good. I'm getting up there. Oh my god, we got one of them. The other one looks fine. I can winch it if they get on it.
Nice.
Barricaded the door to stop the flank.
Will.
Dude, we're going to do it. We're going to actually do it with 1 ticket. We're going to do it. We've done it. We've done it. Oh my god. And the whole building is just destroyed.
There's a guy on the roof.
There is.
Dead.
Trying to save tickets here. Oh my god. Can you believe that's happened?
Nice comeback.
Final 3 now. Final 3. There's an immense amount of swiping going on.
I'm being chopped up.
Yeah, that will happen.
I can do.
Yeah, but you will be rezzed by Snickers. Snickers is world class at this game. Oh my god, the swiping is absolutely
I've never been more
relentless.
annoyed, Will.
No, it's awful.
I thought this would be fun.
Oh, it is fun.
Dead. He's dead.
Nice. Because our guys, like I said, our guys counter swiping now. You can see him on G. Yeah, he's swiping up a real storm. This is lovely snow sort of covered landscape here. Really nice.
Oh, Swiper's here.
It's all good. We've got the counter swiper. Look at him. He's going.
It's like a League of Legends character.
Have you seen the counter?
Nice
Have you seen him?
works.
Have you seen Snickers going wild? Nice, good.
Yeah, we got. He's great.
He's doing great work. Big swiper over there. Oh, look at the team shot coming in from the lads now, though. We're not mucking around. We've turned it on now. Now we're all going for H as one.
As one. You seen Andor?
I have.
As one. Great
Exactly
shot.
right. Careful. We've armed it again. We've armed it and we're all here together. We're all combining beautifully.
That's the trick, that is. You put a mine in C4 and it just insta-kills them.
GG. GG. Can I...
Can I go up here?
Yeah, why not? Why forever not? Our guys are crushing.
Arming.
Swiping on the roof. A lot of swiping happening on the roof here, Jack.
Yeah.
Be careful. Last one.
Coming up.
This is the last one. We've got 16 tickets to do it.
Oh, I just smashed him.
Let's go.
I think I need to sneeze, but I'm
Better
not sure.
swipey going on the roof up there. Behind us.
Okay. Bomb down.
The tickets are going. Wait.
I've done that
What's
wrong.
the music all about? Are we about to win?
Well, if this one explodes, yeah, it's been armed.
Is it GG? Little cover
It
hedge.
might
I
be.
thought about this. Thought about this.
I'm blind, Will?
Yeah, me too. Thought about that there. I've put a very cunning cover there.
Why is this guy saying hello?
I'm winching
I
it.
just dropped it and ruined.
No sneeze.
Oh my god. I'm bringing the crane down.
Smash!
What's happening?
Bring it down, Legolas.
What is happening? The
I don't
mines. Look
know,
at the
but
mines going in.
I think we're doing it.
Are we doing it?
I think we might be doing it.
I think we've done it. So it's
Brian.
gaming, is it?
Wow, what a comeback.
I knew we could do it.
I think we can all thank Snickers for that.
Great swiping going on there. Great swiping.
I picked it back up a bit, Will. Got 14 in the end.
Nice one. All right, boys. Let's hop in. Arc Raiders. Raiders, these nuts, baby boy. Do we go in cold snap? Let's do spaceport, regular spaceport. Sure. Sure. It's a decent loadout. It's bring me great luck. Great luck and success. No.
In this video, we're going to build the first ever triple-decker micro camper. This is definitely one of our most insane builds.
Why would you?
And yes, it's street legal. So I want you guys to sit back, crank that hot water up if you're in the shower, blare the volume if you're cleaning, because this is going to be crazy.
Okay, so he's building like an actual.
This idea all started because we built this double-decker micro camper 2 years ago. It was awesome at the time and we loved it. But somehow, some way we messed up and it looks like this now. This is why you shouldn't listen to YouTubers. We have no idea what we're doing. So in its place, we're going to upgrade everything.
Let's go to the rocket assembly.
18 minutes in. We can probably do something for 18 minutes. Go around, go have some fun. You know. Everybody seems to be nice in 18 minutes in. Swear. As some would say. It's my first game of the day, so if anything, I'm gonna blame it on that, right? Is that how it works? I think that's how it works. And I'm like a little cold down here. I need to go get. Oh, I know. I need to go get my big socks. I should go get the big socks. The big sock. If I die, I die. Ah, much better. Okay. Much better. Hey, we're cool.
Dude.
What's up, dude?
Just heads up. Flare did pop back there. I felt self-shot, though, to be honest with you. I don't know. I didn't hear a bullet, but someone died, apparently.
Alright, well, thank you so much for that. Okay, they can't go up there.
Let's go to the container storage.
Whoa, we're cool, we're cool, we're cool. Fucking robots, man. Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. So much for that, right? I could maybe put a silence on this bad boy now that I can make him. I have so many compensators. Gunsmith. Silencer 2. Can make silencers beautiful. That's exactly what I want. Fuck it, we have so much room. Light medium. Mm-hmm. I need springs. Okay, I think I can buy some from her now.
Raider.
Okay, I need to go get some springs around. Good to know. Okay. Very good, very nice. I'll do split stack up that, bring that with me. Maybe not. I don't believe in people. 2 adrenaline shots, why not? Maybe one of these, yeah. 2 of these. So 2 of these. Okay, okay. Alright. That never happened. That never happened. No, I don't even know what happened. What are you talking about? Okay. Okay. Perfect. Put me in, boss. Bossman. Springs. I'm here for nothing but springs. Nothing but springs, he says, as he picks up everything else in his vicinity. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Tower 2's not that bad. Not that bad. I've got to be careful of who I trust, I believe. There's already a zipline going to it, so... Oh. I'll let him walk by. Oh, he's gonna come back right now. Is he coming back or is he running? Where's that? That's in there. I think I need to go around or somewhere else. This is useless for me to sit here. I'm just gonna get a shot from somewhere else. Or he's gonna drop down on me. He's gonna see me. He's gonna drop down on me. Because he's checking right there. Need to get an angle on this guy. Oh, come to me, come to me, come to me. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
You're good. I'll help you fight him, bro. You keep his body. I promise I'll help you fight him.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, he's. You're good, you're good, you're good.
Watch out, watch
Oh,
out.
you're on the right. He's on the right.
You okay? I got you. Give me a second. Sorry about that.
He's down, he's down. Get the other guy, my bad.
Oh, you're good, you're good, no, we're cool. Sorry. We're cool.
Motherfucker right here.
This guy's killing everybody.
Yeah.
I literally have a stitcher.
Yeah.
Let's go, boy. Let's go. Anything good?
He had an anvil, but like if you want it, you can have it.
I'll just take the revive. You can get the rest. No, pick it up, I'm okay.
I know what this shit is.
Yo, I'm looking for springs. Y'all got springs?
I need springs.
There's one behind you, Joe.
Over here.
Oh, my good sir. Oh, I love you.
I should kill some people.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, right there, post.
There's somebody in that tower that's killing everybody.
You guys wearing, so I know it's fine.
There, by the tower.
Wait, hold up, boys. I got a zip line.
Oh.
Bro, everything is up. Go up top.
You okay? You guys okay?
This probably broke, you know.
I got an anvil. We're from the anvil one. And I tore it.
Oh, okay. So they died, I guess?
Yeah. You guys need heals or not?
Well, should be good, thanks. Well, I'm gonna keep going around, I guess. Try to find some people.
Dude, I'm down.
Yeah. Shoot at the one on the right inside.
I heard that too.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think he's inside here.
Right in front of us.
By the container storage.
It was us. Sorry.
You guys okay?
Yep. Jesus. Oh, I see how we're playing. I see. It's okay. I forgive you. Betray. It is what it is. They'll betray you. You must shoot all of them. Every single one of them. They do not deserve to live.
Someone broke into the East Wing storage rooms. Not sure what's left. Check for yourself.
Okay, we can rock that. Okay. Guess we can go in with this. Must not trust nobody, and I still trust somebody, and I got fucked. That's what happens when you trust somebody in this game.
JDM fans, just keep winning. Amazing news to end the year with as we go into 2026. The next half of this decade is shaping up to be an exciting return of JDM. I'm talking the return of the MR2, baby, as well as a brand new Nismo lineup and so much more. So I already made a whole video dedicated to the GRGT, so check it out after this one if you haven't already. But wow, my envious and genuinely just jealous of how JDM car guys are eating good right now, because as an American muscle fan, kind of just twiddling my thumbs. I mean, I guess the new Shelby GT500 is like around the corner, but I mean, who cares about that? This is about Japanese cars, this video.
Oh. Fresh raid.
Go to the container storage.
Okay. We should be good. Not first, but at least we'll be near. Did I bring a zipline? No. Not this time. I would have ziplined my ass over there. Still on there, okay. talk about it. I dare you not talk about it.
Sound. It can make or break a world. It's the thing that can pull you in, embed you into a universe or a feeling. It can make you feel powerful.
Let's go to the arrival building.
I'm so pissed, bro. So pissed. Can't believe I'm this bad.
Just looking for some lab reagents. So if you load in a solar.
Dude, why? You want my free loadout?
This guy did the good old mistake of trusting him.
Step right in. No appointments, no forms, no judgment. Clearly, you've got an eye for quality, just like me. You'll be telling me if you appreciate it, won't you? See?
Okay, mechanical. $20 of these. Repair. Okay. I need a grip and a one right here. Shotgun choke 3. Actually, okay. Gonna have to make these, huh? Okay. Okay. Wish for the best. I just need a little bit of goop, bro. I just want a little bit of goop. A tiny little bit of goop. A smidge of goop. That's all I wish for in Christmas. For Christmas, I mean. A smidge of goop from Spaceport. I keep dying on Spaceport and I can't learn my lesson, but I keep want to go back, man.
It can make you feel... It can make you feel big. Or small. We know what good sound design sounds like. But how? Sound design that's good, that's effective, that sells it. The formula isn't straightforward. Because truly great sound, the stuff we really come to respect, they never come down to just a crisp gunshot or a satisfying shield charge. They're doing something much more subtle, and as a result, much more important. This video is brought to you by a game that I have a ton of respect for, Spectre Divide, which is playable on PC as well as PS5 and Xbox Series X and S for free right now. I played Spectre when it first dropped last year on PC and found its duality mechanic to be incredibly creative. Well, the devs have absolutely been cooking with this one, with Season 1 Flashpoint introducing sprint, snappier aim, movement, and controls. The game feels way better than I remember. Really good on controller, by the way, which I was just able to test out.
There's one above and one below. Nice.
That was so sick. The mechanic of controlling two bodies at once makes for some incredibly rewarding plays once you get a hang of it, and there's really nothing quite like it, especially on console. The potential plays are just endless.
I'm going for the plant.
Go to the departure building.
Okay, let me go die with a Tor for fully loaded. That's really what it's gonna be at. Okay, cool. Sitting right there, no? Swear to God, he's sitting right there. I think. Yeah, that is him, no? Or at least somebody's right there. Oh, there he is. He must have seen me. Maybe the other way around. Wait, we're gonna be. Oh, look, listen. I just heard shooting. I'm sorry. I don't mean no harm. I just mean no harm. I'm walking by. I heard shooting. I don't want no harm. No, no. I'm sorry. That hurt me pretty good. What do you hit me? Where do you hit me? I did hear somebody. I knew I heard something somewhere. Okay, then it come through all the way here.
Let's head home at the central elevator.
Jesus, okay. Okay. This is big and dry.
An arc orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. 10 minutes to get out of there. I repeat, 10 minutes.
There's nothing left around here. Anything. I'll pick up anything at this point. I'm desperate for loot. I'm desperate for a win of some sorts. So I guess these guys really like tuna. Verita, okay. I'll easily be able to make it. If I hurry through these a little bit quicker.
All Raiders, we have Ark on screen. 5 minutes left. Go find a way home. I repeat, 5 minutes.
I'm gonna start making it over there. 200 meters. Have time. I gotta go. Minutes.
Minutes left. Last chance to get out safely. I repeat, 2 minutes.
Okay. We got one win. One cheap win where I didn't fight nobody. That's the only reason I won, because I didn't find nobody. It do be like that. It really do be like that. But it's okay. Hey, it's a-okay, brother. Some days you just have some that just humble you, you know? I guess I already have it. I guess I'll bring this because I found it. Night Matrix is here. Maybe we can rat somebody. Who knows?
Monarch spotted.
So,
the tips in today's Upgraders video will completely change the way you see loot. Help you manage your inventory to look something like this. By changing the things you loot and the way you loot, you can completely stop using free loadouts and basically have so much stuff that losing it all almost feels refreshing because you just don't have enough space. It all starts with loot priority. This is basically talking about which items you should.
I'm kind of hungry. I'm gonna go see if there's any snacks after. A snack.
Watch your backs, Raiders. The matriarch has been spotted.
Let's go to the
location.
container storage.
Keep your wits about you if you decide to go anywhere near, and always keep a close eye on her children.
How can I play this to my favor? Sorry about that. I need to wait for him to do another attack. Or wait for him to come to me. Trying to listen for a sound. Risk it. There he is. No, I gotta go down. Okay, I know where he is. I know where he is. I need to go around. Okay. He's probably got this thing lined up though. I'm ready to risk it. I'm waiting for him to do like a big.
An ARC orbiter is en route. The safe window is closing. You have 10 minutes to return to Speranza. I repeat, 10 minutes.
I want to go up, you dumb fuck. If I die because of this, I swear to God. Why does this fucking guy die? The other way is 7 minutes away.
Let's head home at the west elevator.
Where the fuck is this guy's body? Where would he have died if I was him? I have no clue. Oh, there he is, I think. No, he is that motherfucker that was sniping. Fuck him. Okay, time to run for the extracts.
raiders. Arc on screen. 5 minutes left. Go find your way home. I repeat, 5 minutes.
Hey, don't shoot!
Sorry, not the part. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta go now. Gotta run. I'm gonna have to fight you. Maybe not. Thank you, game.
Last warning. 2 minutes left. Head back immediately. The window is closing.
Okay. I mean, not the most successful raid, but I'm gonna go get a snack, a little snack. I want a snack. Sorry about that. I don't have a silencer. I'll buy one. It's probably time for my
Need
refill of
guns?
silencer. Yes.
You need.
Thank you, thank you. Alright, let me go get a little schneck. Okay. Alright, boys, give me just a second. I'm gonna go get some food.
Prioritize when you're looting and what items you should drop. And I've got a perfect example to explain this right here. Let's say you've got a full backpack and you can choose to drop one of these two items. Lance's Mixtape, which sells for 10,000, or a rare flow controller, which sells for 3,000. I have a feeling a lot of you might go for the Lance's Mixtape. It's rarer, it sells for more, it has more value. But when you really break it down, does it really have more value than this silly little old flow controller? Well, yes, it's going to up your account balance more, which means you can go and spend more money on the traders, which, by the way, absolutely scam you. And by the way, more on the traders scamming you later on in the video. But for me personally, I've been able to build out this inventory with a bunch of weapons and important crafting materials because I prioritize items like this over items like this. This Lance's Mixtape will get you an extra 10,000. This can break down into advanced mechanical components and sensors. Both of these items are used so much, and you're always going to be in requirement. The advanced mechanical components can upgrade pretty much every weapon in the game. The sensors are used for radar hatch keys, really important. By dropping this item on the floor, you are locking yourself out of upgrading your weapons and repairing them. So whilst yes, this item does give you more value on paper, this provides more value to your account, despite being a third of the cost. Now, this isn't always going to be the case. You'll need some money because sometimes you just need to buy the basics, or you need to store up for the upcoming expedition. So it's going to depend on what you need for your account to progress in that moment. And that comes down to a little bit of game knowledge, because when you're in a raid and you try to recycle, it won't give you the full story. Recycling in raid will never get you the full items, and you'll sometimes get completely different items, right? This can give us advanced mechanical components when we recycle from the menu, as well as some sensors. If we do it from in a raid, we only get mechanical components. So how do we know what to prioritize when it comes to recyclables, and whether we really should prioritize something like this over a rare trinket, which can sell for a lot of money? Well, I've got a couple resources for you. Firstly, the Metaforge Arc Raiders database is absolutely amazing. You can get this open on your phone or another device when you're playing and just type in the name of the item that you found, just quickly to figure out what it breaks down to. You can then go to the Recycles Into page, see what it'll actually give you on the menu. And it gets even more interesting. Let's say you want to specifically focus on items that can give you advanced mechanical components, right? Something like this is really important to build up in a large quantity. We can scroll down and go recycled from, and we can actually see 37 different items in the game will recycle into these advanced mechanical components if we recycle it from the menu. All of the weapons, the bombardier cell, a lot of random other stuff, and then we can look at the recyclables, right? The mini centrifuge, the flow controller, the microscope. Knowing that will really help a lot. And once you start to get a hang of which recyclables turn into what, you'll realize what's worth bringing back to your base. I also have this tool, which was sent to me via email. Shout out to BovelDK for sending this to me. This is a really nice tool. It's called the Arc Raiders Loadout Calculator. It's a free tool to use, and essentially this is how it works. Let's say you want to build out a Whole cracker 4. Then what we can do is click add weapon. Then it will tell me all of the parts that I need to be looking out for when I go into a match. I'm going to need heavy gun parts, I'm going to need advanced mechanical components, Exodus modules, and a magnetic accelerator. So when I go to loot, I can prioritize these items. As you play for more, you'll start to remember what items need what craftables and what recyclables break into those craftables. There'll be a link to both of these tools in the pinned comment and description. The second biggest mistake players make is not doing the right things when it comes to crafting, repairing, and recycling. So I'm going to give you my strategy that basically allows me to ensure I have all of the crafting materials I need, right? Things like oil, magnet, durable cloth, batteries, arc alloy. So this is how you should approach recycling and selling basic crafting materials. We start with the base junk item, right? In this case, it's the magnetron. This goes into the recyclable category. There are many different types. It could be a magnetron, a flow controller, a frequency modulation box, laboratory reagents. There's a bunch of these items in the game that fall under recyclable. They do nothing besides recycle into other parts. Now, what a lot of people will do is they'll get a magnetron and think, oh, it's worth 6,000. That's quite a lot. If I break it down, I'll get a magnetic accelerator and one spring. Now, the magnetic accelerator and spring together is only worth 5,800. So I lose value by breaking it down. So I'm going to sell the magnetron so I get the most value out of it. But that is where a lot of people go wrong. Just like in our first example, yes, you're getting more real value in terms of your currency, but the currency does not provide you more real value. You will get more value out of the magnetic accelerator and the steel spring in terms of progressing your account and your storage and your stash than you will an extra 6,000 coins. And there's many ways we can look at this, because when you break it down into the magnetic accelerator, we can now use that to craft a Tempest, an Equalizer, a Volcano. We can use the spring to craft weapon attachments. The magnetron can't do that, and 6,000 coins certainly can't either. Now, if we break this down even further, then we'll get advanced mechanical components and arc motion core, which is once again extremely important for crafting items. The advanced mechanical components is one of the most required crafting items in the game. If you want to upgrade any epic or rare weapon, you need these. And for arc motion cores, you're going to need those for creating launcher ammo and wolf packs. And you can, if you want to, break them down even further to get the basics, mechanical components, steel springs, and arc alloy, which is used for crafting some of the lower tier items. So you have a tree here. Everything trickles down from the rarest quality down into the lowest quality as you keep recycling. So we know not to sell the recyclables now. Instead, we should break them down. But where along this tree should we stop? Well, as soon as we break an item into something that can be used to actually craft another item, we should stop, right? We can store this magnetic accelerator and the spring in our storage now, because in the future, when we need it, we can choose to either turn it into a rare weapon, right? A Tempest or a Volcano, or if we need more advanced mechanical components and we're running low, we can then break it down further. You stay at the top of the tree, keep that item there, don't break it down unless you're really running low. Okay, but what about when it comes to recycling and repairing? What is the best thing to do when it comes to that, in terms of your weapon, your shield, and your augment? Well, let's start with the easiest thing first. When it comes to repairing augments, just don't do it. You only take damage to your augment when you die. And then that's not your problem anymore, because the augment's not going to be yours. It's going to be somebody else's. So never repair an augment. There's literally no point. When it comes to shields, it's really a different story, though. Let's start with the light shield. To repair the light shield, you're going to need 4 plastic parts per repair. So 8 in total to get it to 0 to 100, essentially. If you break it down or recycle it, you get the 4 plastic parts back. But to actually craft a new shield, you're going to need 4 plastic parts and 2 arc alloy. Now, plastic parts comes in plenty. Scrappy infinitely gives them to you. Arc alloy is not given to you infinitely and is required for quite a few crafting items. So my honest suggestion for light shield is always just to repair first. You're never really going to run that low on plastic, and if you are, you can easily go and farm a bunch really fast. Medium shield, it's a bit of a different story. To recycle a medium shield, you get 1 arc circuitry. To repair it, it requires 1 arc circuitry and 1 battery. To craft it, you need 1 arc circuitry and 4 batteries. But batteries are far easier to get your hands on than arc circuitry is. And in my personal opinion, I find myself running low on things like arc circuitry more than I do batteries. So for me, I usually will recycle my shield when it's taken too much damage and then just go and craft a new one. And when I'm running low on batteries, I just make a mental note to pick up a few when I'm on my next loot run, and I never really come into any issues here. For heavy shield, it almost always makes sense to repair it. Repairing it requires arc circuitry and voltage converters. But to craft a shield, you need a voltage converter and a power rod, which is going to require far more materials, right? You need the advanced electrical components and the arc circuitry just to craft one. It's far easier to repair the heavy shield than it is to recycle it. When it comes to weapons, yeah, you're just going to keep needing to repair these. And when it comes to epic weapons, that is very expensive. So here's a bit of a tip when you're upgrading weapons as you're using them. Make sure you repair a weapon fully before you go ahead with the upgrade. Let's take this Bobcat, for example. To repair it now, it requires 4 advanced mechanical components and 4 light gun parts. However, if I upgrade it first and then repair it, it will suddenly cost 5 advanced mechanical components and 4 light gun parts. So upgrading first and then repairing is going to lose you resources, even though it's the same result. You're getting the same weapon with the same reparation on it, right? So repair first and then upgrade. And when it comes to recycling, I just don't really think it's worth it. Let's say that you've taken a weapon and it's starting to get quite damaged, right? This Anvil 4, for example. If I were to recycle this Anvil 4 now, I would get 5 mechanical components and 5 simple gun parts. Now, what's crazy about that is recycling a Anvil 4 won't even get you enough parts to create an Anvil 1. 5 mechanical components and 5 simple gun parts for recycling, and you need 5 mechanical components and 6 simple gun parts just to craft an Anvil 1. So recycling, especially upgraded weapons, is really not recommended. I now want to take you on a journey through Buried City as we talk about the third step to ensuring you always have a super stacked inventory in Arc Raiders. The third step comes down to doing the basics. One of the easiest ways you'll lose money and have to force yourself into selling all of your important crafting items and maybe even get rid of some stuff you never really wanted to do is that you have to go to the trader and buy things like bandages and syringes and adrenaline shots because you don't have the basics when it comes to plastic parts, chemicals, metal parts, and most importantly, Great Mullen. You know, the harvestable plant. My suggestion to everybody that's literally going to save you millions across your gameplay's lifetime. Spend 20 to 30 minutes every now and again. Not that often, just every now and again, going in and farming some of this plant. Especially when there isn't a harvest plants trial active. On those weeks, just take some time to go and get some of this stuff because it will literally change everything for you. You'll suddenly be able to craft all of the bandages you need. You'll never even have to stress. You'll never have to spend all of your money at lances ever again. Every single map has a bunch of this stuff all over the place. You just need to know where to look, and you can use maps like metaforge.app to find the exact locations. Now we're going to go upstairs and talk about the other basics. You don't really need to go and do a loot run specifically for getting metal and chemical and plastic parts. A bit of a waste of time. Instead, every time you go into a raid and you go and loot, just consider bringing out a stack of some of the stuff that you don't have because it does spawn in amazing quantities when you're looting. A lot of people will prioritize getting the important stuff, right? But for example, right now, I know that I kind of am running a little bit low on fabric. So what I'll do as I'm looting here, I'll just make sure to keep a stack of fabric. I can break down the stuff that I know that I'm not going to need and put that in there. And we can just have like one of my storage spaces dedicated to grabbing fabric this run. Next run, we could do rubber. The round after that, maybe metal parts. If we try and leave every raid with like one of our storage space, oh, we don't want to do that, we want rope, just dedicated for the basics. Oh, nice. We're going to really, really thank ourselves later. And we won't have to spend our seeds on these things, right? And then that will bring us to our next point in just a second. Let me just extract and I'll talk about that now. The next important tip is what I like to call Celeste maxing. And, well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Basically, every single day, Celeste's store will reset. And she is the only place you can get the most important crafting materials. Every single day, you should try to max out buying all of these basic items first, right? The green tier items, because it's going to save you so much time and effort and boost up your loadout massively. Start from the bottom because these are the most valuable and they're needed in so many different things. And then make your way up to the top and try as much as you can to avoid spending your seeds on these base materials here. These are a trap. They can be found anywhere in the game. These honestly are a trap as well. These can be found really easily. The green and blue materials, you want to try and max out those as much as you can and spend your seeds there as often as possible. That's going to progress your account and save you so much time that you wouldn't even realize. All right, seeing as we're here, let's talk about the traders. They're really good. They're convenient because when you're running out on the basics, you can just come here. You can get yourself the adrenaline shot. You can get some shields, augments. Great. Pretty nice. But just pay attention to the fact that the more you spend here, the more you're slowing your progress down, the more you're just going to hit roadblocks later on. If you followed all of my tips so far in this video and you stick to that and sort of build a nice routine as you're playing, then you won't need to frequent the shops as more. And you'll just naturally build up more currency without even trying. And you'll naturally build up a better inventory without even trying. And as you start to go through this process, just try to avoid using the shops. Appreciate that they're there and have nice convenience, but the more you avoid the shops, the better. The prices are just a little bit ridiculous. Think that one adrenaline shot, it's 900, which doesn't seem like much when you think about it. If we go here, we can make one adrenaline shot with 3 chemicals and 3 plastic parts, right? Really easy. And if we were to sell one of these adrenaline shots, it only sells for 300. Now, if you're like me, in the past, I would spend 5 adrenaline shots. Every single raid, I'd spend 4,500 coins. I did this for hours. I actually only have stopped doing that recently. Now let's take a little bit of a look at my raider real quick. I've probably had about 1,000 runs at this point. I know, ridiculous. But across all of my time playing, if I had just never spent any money on these adrenaline shots and just crafted them myself, I would have easily saved 3 to 4 million at that point. Simply by just not choosing to buy adrenaline shots, I would have naturally built up enough money for the expedition without even thinking about doing anything. Now, as I come in to talk about today's final tip, I hope I've helped you all think about loot in a different way. Instead of thinking about monetary value, thinking about crafting value when it comes to loot. How much can a piece of loot boost our inventory through crafting? Because that's the true value and progression in this game. There's one more thing that we really need to talk about that I think is going to help you progress a lot more than you'd first think. And it's all about this little guy here. Let's get a little bit closer to him and we can have a little bit of a chat. Gonna fire some missiles, buddy? Come on. There we go. Again? Again? Looking a little bit shy today. That's it, buddy. Right, in we go. I'll put that on there and make a run for it. Hide quickly. Now, what's really cool about fighting Ark that I think a lot of people just don't think about, and in fact, I feel like most people never fight big Ark like this unless they need to do a trial, or they're trying to build up their workshop, or they're trying to make a bit of money, or get XP, Fighting the big arc is the end game loop that everybody is missing out on. It's not about making money from arc. It's not about getting XP. Let me show you what it's all about. We just loot up this bastion whilst this guy is working as a bodyguard for me. One final piece. Right, now we just need to extract and we can talk about this. I feel like a lot of players would never even bother to fight the big arc, right? Besides the things we just talked about. But I love fighting the arc in this game. The bombardiers, the bastions, the leapers, and it's really easy to do now that we have the blueprints for the better explosive items. What I see here is not 3 bombardier cells. What I see here is something completely different. The true value of these bombardier cells is 6 advanced mechanical components. Or, in other words, by just spending a couple minutes killing a bombardier, I can now take my Volcano 1 up 1 level, another level, and another level. Now, if you get luckier, you're usually going to come out with about 6 bombardier parts. Each bombardier kill or bastion kill is the equivalent to 2 fully upgraded epic weapons. Instead of thinking of loot as how much money it's going to give me, think about how it provides you value and how many epic or rare weapons you can build out of it. You'll be surprised at how quickly you can build out an inventory when you start to think of things in that way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio.
It started off like any other day in Rust. I was gripping and farting.
Ow. Yeah, nice one. Oh my god. Everyone's trying to kill me while I do my farm.
Building a base, are we? In my town? Who do you think you are? Building a base in my town, mate. Who do you think you are?
Just stay there 1 second.
Who do you think you are, mate? Who do you think you are building a base in my town?
Just 1 moment.
This is my part of the map, G. Who do you think you are? Like,
I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you.
Doing? Fucking open up, bro.
Alright, about that. I'm back. I got a little bit of tuna here to eat. I want to eat some tuna. Tuna. I think I'm done for the day. I'm getting my ass whooped, bro. I can only win 1 or 2. All right. Just give me a song. Just give me something to watch. Oh, we'll watch this.
Jersey of RuneScape. And I'm not really sure what I meant by that. The only experience I have in Newark is being at its airport. I will say, if the airport is a reflection of the rest of the city, I may have been onto something. I really wanted to understand what I was trying to tell future me with this note that I jotted down. So I headed over to Varrock to take a closer look. And rather than look at it from a player's perspective, the best way to understand this would be to see it through the eyes of an NPC. First person POV. What would an NPC experience walking around this city? What would it be like to live in Varrock? So I wandered around a little bit and I did make some baffling discoveries about this city. I started telling my wife Floodin about what I found, and she stops me mid-sentence. She says, forget Varrock. Go look at Ardoin. And she wouldn't elaborate on it. She had a very mysterious aura emitting from her when she said this to me. She insisted I go see for myself, so I did. And I'm glad she told me about it, because out of all of the major cities, all of the ones you have a teleport to, Ardoin is by far the worst city to live in RuneScape. And I'm not talking about West Ardoin over there. You don't need a video telling you that it's not ideal to start a family over there. I'm talking solely about East Ardoin, the familiar, seemingly normal side of the city. It turns out this normal side has a never-ending list of things wrong with it. And the deeper I looked, the more concerned I became for the citizens that reside here. There's a lot to look at. Now I want to get this out of the way. There's quite a few videos out there talking about the employment rate of NPCs in games, mostly from Any Austin, but I just have to assume that all the NPCs in this city are in fact employed, because all the ones that have any dialogue options at all simply state that they're too busy, they don't have time to talk to me, and just want me to go away. Which is fine, they don't have to talk to me. I get it. You know, I have a job too. I understand. Speaking of which, today's sponsor are my good friends over at NordVPN. There's not a lot of ways to make me angry. My ISP is worst city in RuneScape. RuneScape NPCs are an enigma because RuneScape doesn't have a day and night cycle. Even though they can move around a little bit, the world seems to be on pause. All of them are permanently stationed exactly where they are in about a 6-tile radius forever. Modern RPGs tend to have NPCs on a schedule, pathing from home to work to where they like to hang out. MMORPG NPCs are not built the same way. They have to stay in their little 6-tile radius for eternity. They're not allowed to leave, and they seemingly don't have a desire to eat, sleep, do anything fun. They're all at a specific designated spot in the past, present, and future. It's not a relatable concept to humans that are experiencing time flowing normally, which is most of us. But that's when I started thinking, what if time did unpause here? How would Ardoin function? Would it survive? I want to see what they're working with. A little disclaimer, I will be spoiling some major parts of the Elf questline, so if you haven't done that yet, I suggest that you go do Song of the Elves really fast, real quick, real easy task, and then come back. If you haven't done it and you plan on spacebarring through the whole thing, not caring about anything to do with this town, you're fine. Let's get this going. Ardoin's the capital of Kandarin, which is all of this. And since I know that a few of you are going to want to be the smartest kids in class, I'm very aware that the map in the game we experience is not canonically the actual scale of this world. I know. Everything that we know about this map and what we've played in is very extremely condensed. However, there's never been an actual full-scale map released, and all we truly know in reality is what we've experienced here in the game and the maps that they've provided. Modash calls that discussion scale theory. I call it a bunch of gobbledygook that I'm not even gonna consider. All players, all NPCs only experienced this world, and that's the world I'm gonna look at. We're looking at this city the way that we know it. Now, according to Paul Gower, Ardoin was initially modeled after a French town. Bologna, I think it's called. Just as confusing of a word to see and try and pronounce as Ardoin is, so it adds up. But the architecture of that place doesn't look too similar to Ardoin. I did find a town called Strasbourg in France that does have some architecture that's pretty identical to the Ardoin buildings. I am by no means an expert in European architecture, but that building looks like these. Most players probably have roofs permanently disabled. They don't even know what a full building in RuneScape looks like. They've never seen that. You know, this might be the first time some of you are seeing the buildings in this town in their entirety. There's a very large wall separating East and West Ardoin. The West being quarantined from the East because they've got some sort of scary plague over there, a real scary plague that's real. In contrast to the dirty, disgusting, collapsing West, East Ardoin's looking pretty nice. The amount of NPCs in Ardoin is going to differ depending on how far you are into the elf quest line. If you've completed Song of the Elves, there's going to be 110 of them wandering around. 53 of them being a warrior, a knight, a paladin, a hero, or an archer, meaning that almost 50% of the population is military. There are 31 enterable buildings, ranging from houses to workshops to a church, and the city's location within the world looks pretty nice at a glance. The surroundings are great for resources. There's a freshwater river flowing through the middle of the city. There's a dock for incoming and outgoing merchant ships, a mine filled with ore right outside the walls, extremely easy to get to. There's a ton of farmlands to grow anything they want. This town and its residents could absolutely be self-sufficient. I would mention the fishing nearby because Witch Haven's right there, and they run the fishing platform, but that city's going through a catastrophic crisis that has yet to be handled. Probably the scariest crisis the world's ever faced that is just left on a cliffhanger right now. Someone should really do something about it. They should have put the wall there instead of separating Ardoin. The wall should absolutely be moved, separating it from Witch Haven, because that's a problem. I don't know if people remember that. That's a huge problem going on over there. But anyway, as an alternative for fishing, there's the fishing guild right down the street. All sorts of fish swimming around Lake Heminster. A lot of sharks, lobsters, swordfish. I don't know how it's fitting all of those, but they're there. The town's got a market for people to peruse. There's a zoo for recreation. There's a beautiful castle to look up and see. It seems like a very nice, normal, comfortable city. Time has unpaused. RuneScape suddenly has a day and night cycle. After a 10-hour shift of wandering around the same 6 tiles, these NPCs get to go home and get a good night's sleep. Is what I would say if this was a fairy tale for children. Welcome to reality, everybody. While these 31 buildings could potentially house 110 citizens, some of these buildings don't have walls. 2 of the biggest buildings are private mansions that nobody has permission to enter. Some of them are banks. One's even a bank that's not a bank. I don't know what this place is. It's very mysterious. I'm not sure what's going on. Some buildings only have conference rooms or offices. And even if you are lucky enough to call one of these buildings home, chances are when you get there, you're not going to be very comfortable because most of the residents here have somehow, some way, completely spaced purchasing one of life's most essential things. With a population of 110 and 31 buildings, there are a whopping 11 beds present in Ardoin, 5 double beds and 6 single beds, giving 16 people a bed to sleep on. And that's if all the double beds are occupied by 2 people, which means they'd have to be married. But even being married doesn't guarantee that you own a bed. Edmund and Alrena, you know, the 2 NPCs that start the entire elf quest line, you know them, they are a bedless couple. Could not be comfortable if they wanted to. They do have a piano, however. They decided that was much higher on the priority list. We've got a bed in this house near the market. There's 2 ground beds in this little shack, but there happens to be no wall here, and it's right next to the port, so you know, a wave could interrupt sleep and ruin your life at any point. There's a giant pink bed upstairs in the 2 buildings that are connected, the pet insurance lady and the general store guys. But there's actually already a couple upstairs waiting around that bed. The Carnelian family, they've got 2 beds. They have a double bed and a single bed in the same room. I don't know if the kid sleeps there or the butler while the parents are on that one. I hope whoever's on the single bed's not a side sleeper. That would be rough. Jericho and Ross, they've got 3 beds between their 2 houses. Elena has a twin bed for herself. Gods be praised, Jimmy Dazzler can get a good night's sleep in his giant bed upstairs. And this shack in Northtown has 2 more tattered ground beds.
I know I said 11 beds. There's actually 13. I forgot about these. These are barely beds. It's reasonable that I forgot to count those. 2 more people can sleep, all right? 18 of the 110 can sleep.
And you may be thinking that I've forgotten a very important building here. I've completely skipped over the most prominent building in the whole city. Ladies and gentlemen, it pains me to inform you that Jagex may have created the very first castle in not only just gaming, but all of media. The first occupied castle ever to not include a bed. 33 NPCs, including the king and a gnome ambassador, are without beds in this 4-story war fortress. I expected at least the king to have a bed somewhere in here. I was almost certain I've seen a bed in here. They must have removed it. I checked the game's cache history, going back in time. Maybe they got rid of it for some reason. They didn't. There's never been a bed. No one is sleeping in this castle. The highest position of authority, the king of the capital of Kandarin, will find that the softest thing nearby is the carpet. That's as close as he's getting to a bed. And this castle had a basement added to it in 2019, which I think there might be some beds in that jail downstairs, but I'm not gonna count those. Only criminals have access to that. Not even the knights can go sleep in there, which is actually kind of funny because if you want a better chance of having a bed, you can commit a crime and get thrown in jail. They've made a whole version of this castle that's on fire. They've looked at this place before. Surely somebody noticed that something was missing from here that they should probably just add in real quick while no one's looking. We're gonna come back to this castle. I have a lot more to say about it, and there's no way I'm skipping that. The next biggest building is Handelmort Mansion. No surprise that that guy is never there, because the closest thing he has to a bed is a bathtub. There's nowhere to be comfortable. He's even got a groundskeeper there. You know, those guys normally stay on the property, but that guy, there's no way he's staying there. The priest and the doctor, completely bedless. Here's a crazy thing going on. There's a little sewing shop near the market, and this lady's involved in mahogany homes. So hundreds of times a day, she's got adventurers coming in to offer their help, rebuilding her furniture. She's completely failed to ask a single person out of the tens of thousands of people who've been into her place for a bed. Because look, I know that sleep might be a foreign idea to these NPCs because they don't go back to their home. They don't need to sleep or eat or anything. So why would they have a bed? But again, my time pause thing, that's just a theory. There's no telling what kind of concept of time these NPCs truly have. They might canonically desperately be in need of beds. And I don't want to cross into another timeline here, but it kind of supports the idea of these NPCs actually yearning for a bed. In the main game, this issue was acknowledged and fixed on July 1st, 2008. Ardoin, Al-Kharid, and Lumbridge all received graphic overhauls to accompany the HD update. I didn't go count how many beds were added, but a lot of beds were added. The buildings in Ardoin looked like they could suddenly house its citizens. Proper bedrooms were created. Bedrooms with beds, to be exact. So many people got beds. The king got a couple beds even. Can you believe that? And I gotta say, they made this town beautiful. I would not be opposed if Jagex overhauled it in a similar way. Even though like 90% of the overhaul had to do with details that the player base would never see for the rest of their lives, it looks amazing. Like, whoever did this really put some love into this town. There was so much attention to detail. It looked great. But alas, that was a different timeline. Old school RuneScape's Ardoin and its citizens are still very much bedless. Most of you might be aware of this for one reason or another, but Ardoin has a problem with crime. It is beyond out of control. Adventurers are just destroying this town. Half the adventurers teleporting into Ardoin are just there to steal from shops, from the stall owners, the chest with the nature rune in it. Even the guards that are trying to prevent the crime, they're having the crime done to them. They're getting their pockets stolen out of every day forever. But that's just on the inside. The real problems, the real concerns that I have are taking place outside the city. Let's look south of town. First of all, we've got a necromancer tower. Those guys are typically not good. We've got the Tower of Life, which morally probably one of the worst things that humanity's ever created. We've got General Khazard's prison death camp, feeding families to his aggressive exotic pets. There's the underground sewers, which lead to the Haziel cult, who've resurrected probably one of the most dangerous beings in the history of mankind. That guy's just here now. And to top it all off, an all-out war between the Khazard troops and the gnomes, just a stone's throw away from the local zoo. South of town is a shit show. I highly advise that citizens don't wander that way at all, ever, for anything. And I don't want to cause any alarm here, but I just happen to notice this that I don't think anyone in Ardoin has ever noticed. Those Khazard troops, they've got multiple cannons pointed directly at the walls of Ardoin. I'm just a little weary as to why these cannons are facing 180 degrees away from the war. There's no way that having the cannons pointed that way are going to help them with the gnomes. Aiming cannons at a city right outside its borders is a textbook declaration of war. That's crazy. This is a crazy thing to do. Don't go south. Of course, as an East Ardoin citizen, you're not allowed to go west, nor would any of them really want to, considering what they've been told about that place. The only attraction over there is the entrance to the underground pass, which I doubt any of them are going to have a great time in. Probably one of the worst decisions they could make going into that fucking place. If you're gonna choose a direction to go, north is probably the safest one. That's as long as you stay on the path. If you stray off that path even a little bit, you'll find yourself right outside of a goblin cave. Now, I've always known goblins to be fairly easy to fight, but I've been watching a lot of anime recently, and one of them in particular has really skewed my view of goblins in the absolute worst way possible. Please don't go in the goblin cave. Don't enter goblin caves. I don't like them. I hate them now. To the east, we've got the Legends Guild, which these citizens will absolutely never be able to enter, nor should they. It's the most not worth it thing to gain access to. There's that very resourceful mine before you hit the Legends Guild, but that mine happens to be infested with grizzly bears. A lot of them. Unpredictable apex predators capable of running at 30 miles per hour. Just a whole group of them. And I don't really see a lot of animals in the food chain around there, so they're most likely starving, which means don't go to the mine. Mine somewhere else. There's also the very fucked up town of Witch Haven. Like I said, there needs to be a wall there. That's so important. We either need to go and solve that problem, like, now, or we need to put up a wall if we don't plan on doing anything. Anything can happen there. I don't know what's in store for that town, but it should probably be sectioned off so no one accidentally goes there. So it really doesn't matter which direction you exit the town. There's an alarming amount of risks, life-threatening risks. You are much better off staying inside this crime-ridden city. It's a fucking terrible city that has a shack with a lever that teleports you to one of the most dangerous places in the game for no reason. Just stay there. You're way safer there. But the true problem is if any of these big risks become a legitimate threat to Ardoyne, if they become aggressive, that is trouble. When East Ardoyne and its people has to take a defensive stance of any kind, I am terrified for them. This place has a very long history of mistreating its people. One of the most untrustworthy governments who's manipulated these citizens for so long and so hard. There's just not a lot of smiling happening here, most likely. Not a lot of morale here. So how would they fare against any form of attack or invasion? The biggest defensive tool that this city has for itself is, of course, its castle. Castles are incredible structures.
All right, boys, I'm gonna go. I'm kind of tired.